Thanks a lot, Taylor. Let's get right into it as we do have an enhanced risk for severe weather tomorrow afternoon. That's a 3 out of 5, fairly high for our area. I've only seen this a couple times since I've been here at WVVA. We've got strong potential gusty winds that we could be seeing. That's going to be the main threat. The strong gusty winds could be as high as 60 miles per hour or more, and they're going to be fairly straight lines. So that means we could be seeing the possibility, maybe some downbursts. I'm not going to rule that out, but that is on the table. We also have the possibility for some large hail and flooding issues as we have a lot of instability in the atmosphere, and those heavy rainfalls could be coming pretty fast, which means we could see some flash flooding. And I'm also not going to rule out the possibility of a brief tornado as well, as most of our entire area, I should say, under a 2% tornado risk. You can see down here in the green, all those southern counties going to be seeing a 2% chance of a tornado. Meanwhile, the northern counties even higher than that at a 5%, which is fairly high for our area. We don't see instability like this very often, so you're going to want to stay weather aware tomorrow afternoon. Getting a look at that excessive rainfall outlook, our entire region once again under a marginal risk for heavy rainfall, so we could certainly see some flooding issues as well, and that's going to be because this low pressure system going to be feeding off this unstable air as it moves into the parts of the Ohio Valley, and it's going to strengthen that cold front, and as it passes through that shortwave energy, that's what's going to be giving us the possibility for some showers and thunderstorms to be firing off and become a little strong at times. Getting a look right now at our current satellite radar, you can see we've got clearing conditions this evening across most of our area. A couple cloud covers in parts of McDowell and Wyoming counties. However, as we head throughout tomorrow, throughout the morning, we could be seeing some clearing conditions, and that means the sunlight is going to heat up the ground even more, making it a little bit more unstable. And if we have a lot of sunlight tomorrow morning, that could be firing up some stronger thunderstorms with it. Getting a look right now over Princeton, seeing those clear conditions right now, staying mainly dry as we head throughout the rest of the evening tonight. We have a small chance we could see a pop-up shower or maybe a rumble of thunder. But right now, Princeton's looking at about 69 degrees. Beckley a little warmer at 71. Most of our region sitting in the 70s. However, we've had that clearing, allowing cooler air to settle in parts of Tazewell and Bluefield, looking at 68 degrees here in Mercer County. As we take a look at the highs the next couple of days, we're going to be sitting very cool on Tuesday as we see those temperatures dropping down into the mid and low 70s. That's going to be due to that cold front that's going to be passing through tomorrow, knocking those temperatures down a little bit. Wednesday will be a little bit on the warmer side, but Thursday we're looking at another chance of showers and thunderstorms, which will once again drop those temperatures down. But after that, we're looking at above average temperatures as we head into the next weekend. Going to be seeing the possibility we could be seeing temperatures back in the 80s once again. Tonight, going to be fairly warm as temperatures sit and linger in the mid-60s. Right now, our normal low for this time of year, about 62 degrees. Small chance we could see a stray shower or thunderstorm throughout the rest of the evening, though most of us will be remaining dry. Breaking down that futurecast, you can see by about 5 a.m. tomorrow, might see some showers and thunderstorms beginning to pop up in parts of Greenbrier and Pocahontas counties, maybe off towards Wyoming, Fayette, and Raleigh counties. However, we'll stay mainly dry around lunchtime, but after that, around 1 or 2 p.m., that's when we're going to be seeing those showers and thunderstorms beginning to pop up. And around 3 right now, it looks to be the consensus across the model runs that we could be seeing those thunderstorms beginning to pop up. So after lunchtime, you'll definitely want to keep an eye and stay out weather aware. Have a way to get weather alerts as well. As we head into the later parts of the afternoon, we'll see those showers and thunderstorms continuing on with the possibility we could be seeing some more popping up as we head towards the midnight hours.
That's why the National Weather Service has issued a tornado watch for Buchanan, McDowell, Wyoming, Raleigh, Fayette, and Pocahontas counties. That goes until 6 p.m. this evening. So that means that conditions are favorable for the development of severe thunderstorms, including tornadoes. And if you're east of those counties, this does not mean you're out of the woods just yet. They'll likely extend that tornado watch further east as we head later into the day. So let's time things out here on Futurecast. Notice later on this afternoon, that's when we'll start to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms make their way into our region. Notice these pinks and purples and reds showing up on Futurecast. That's some really heavy rain, frequent lightning, and also possibly some hail in some of these storms. That'll continue to trek through our region throughout the afternoon and the evening hours. Now, after sundown, that's when we should start to see these storms lose their intensity. So we'll still see some scattered showers, a few thunderstorms tonight, but most on Tuesday afternoon. Now, our region is under a very rare moderate. That's a level 4 out of 5 risk for severe thunderstorms. So we're expecting numerous thunderstorms today, and they'll be pretty intense as they move through our region. We're talking damaging winds, the potential for some hail, even a few brief and weak tornadoes. So let's break down each threat here one by one. The wind risk, that's our greatest threat, like I just said. We have this very high chance of seeing damaging wind gusts, and you might be wondering what these black hash marks are. That's a significant severe probability. So what that means is we could see significant severe wind gusts, which means that we could see 75-mile-per-hour plus winds with any thunderstorms that do develop. So damaging winds, that's our greatest threat. We could also see hail as well. We're under a pretty good chance for some hail, and also tornadoes. I'm not going to rule it out. Parts of our region here are under that 10% chance risk for seeing tornadoes within 25 miles of your house. So tornadoes, hail, not the greatest threat. Damaging winds are, but there's also that chance that we could see those other issues as well. So a great time right now to download that WVVA Weather app. It'll track you where you go and notify you if your location is under a tornado warning or severe thunderstorm warning. So a great way to receive weather alerts and make sure that you're staying safe when we have this inclement weather such as this afternoon. The best chance for storms is going to be 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's at least the best chance for some severe weather. So once again,
this is a WVVA Weather Special Report.
Good afternoon. We break into your regularly scheduled programming because we do have a tornado warning right now in effect for southern Bland and Wythe counties. That's in effect until 2:30 p.m. Basically, Doppler radar was indicating some rotation in a severe thunderstorm that was located just west of that area. That's possible. It's moving over Marion right now, and it's moving northeast at 40 miles an hour. So once again, southern Bland and also Wythe County is under that tornado warning until 2:30 p.m. Now is the time to make sure you're taking cover. If you need to get to your safe space, if you're in that area, you want to get to the lowest floor of your home or whatever structure you're in. You want to put as many walls in between you and the outside. Bathrooms, basements, closets, those are going to be the areas that you're headed to right now if you're located in Wythe or southern Bland County. So let's go ahead and take a look at velocity. That will show us the winds in this storm. And if we zoom in here, we can notice that there is a little bit of rotation. That's why they went ahead and issued that tornado warning for Wythe County and also southern Bland. There's not too much rotation now, but we just want to, out of caution, get to our safe spaces. Either way, this storm is going to produce some gusty winds and possibly some quarter-sized hail. Again, you want to seek shelter in a basement, lowest floor. So if you don't have a basement, you just want to get to the lowest floor of your building into an interior room. So I keep saying that. Just put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible. So typically we look for areas like bathrooms, basements, closets, stuff like that. If you're in a mobile home that's not a sturdy structure, you want to seek a sturdy structure that has a, is an into the ground, and then you want to get to the lowest floor in the most interior room. Vehicle's not a safe place to be. I keep saying that. Make sure you're pulling over to the nearest exit. Get inside a sturdy structure, because this tornado, or this severe thunderstorm, I should say, that's capable of producing a tornado is going to be moving over interstates I-81 and I-77 in Wythe and southern Bland counties. If you're in a larger building, you want to get to an interior room, like I said. Put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible. So it looks to be moving pretty much parallel with I-81. So if you're on Route 11, if you're on Route I-81, that's where we're going to see those impacts. I'm going to go ahead and step in front of here on the green screen right now. So right here is where I'm talking about. We're seeing some heavy rains, possibly some hail in this area right now. Just north of Rural Retreat is where we're seeing the core of this storm, and this is moving northeast at about 40 miles per hour. So if you're anywhere just north of I-81, Route 11 there, this is where this is going to be heading. So Blacklick, you're under the gun next. You want to make sure to get to your sturdy structure. Get to a sturdy structure. Lowest floor, most interior room is exactly where you want to be. If you're in Blacklick, this is going to be moving towards Wytheville as well. It's a very populated area is where this storm is headed. You want to take shelter now. It's better to get in your safe place now rather than waiting until the storm is on your doorstep. We're not seeing too tight of a circulation. That's the good news. Pretty broad rotation. We still could see a tornado possibly on the ground in this general area. We're looking right here. We can see kind of the winds trying to swirl around a little bit. But the good news, like I said, is the couplet isn't too tight right now. They went ahead and issued this tornado warning just out of precaution. We got some heavy rain falling as well. We can see that in parts of the storm, in the core of the storm where it's raining the heaviest, we're talking about over 4.5 inches per hour. So we could also see some localized flooding issues, some ponding out in the roadways, stuff like that. You certainly don't want to be on the roadways right now. You want to be seeking shelter as well. Some other areas down further in southern Wythe County, I should say, seeing about 4 inches per hour rainfall rates at the moment. So once again, if you're just now joining us, we do have a tornado warning for Wythe County and southern Bland as well. That's in effect until 2:30, so it looks like that's only in effect for about 6-7 more minutes. It looks to be weakening a little bit. That seems to be the good news, and hopefully that trend will continue. But with these tornado warned storms, sometimes we can see them weakening a little bit, and then they'll go ahead and strengthen even more. So they actually just went ahead and expired that tornado warning.
Welcome back, everyone. Chief Meteorologist Katherine Thompson here. We normally would be getting ready to start our 6 p.m. newscast, but we do have some breaking weather news. If you are anywhere in Summers County, in particular, Greenbrier County, heads up. We've got a very nasty storm, and a tornado warning has just been issued. Let's take the radar full screen. This is a very nasty storm. It's been packing 60, 70, 80 mile per hour winds in general, and now the rotation has grown strong enough for the National Weather Service to issue a tornado warning. Right now, this is in effect until 6:30 p.m. This is in particular for Summers and Monroe counties. Now, this whole storm is also affecting portions of Greenbrier as well, but the tornadic part of this storm, rather, is crossing from Summers soon into Monroe County. Where Hinton is on the map, for instance, we've got some very intense rain, hail, and we've also been watching some rotation. So we have to be very careful. You always want to take warnings seriously. Get to your safe space now. This is not a drill. This is a real tornado warning. So again, if you are in Summers or Monroe counties, and you're especially in this red polygon you see here, right around Route 3, roughly from Jumping Branch to Talcott, you need to be getting in your safe spot immediately. The worst of this storm is already really coming through Hinton, but if you're in Buck, Marie, Barger Springs, Talcott, Creamery, Wayside, this storm will be hitting you within the next 20-30 minutes at latest. So get to your safe spot now. Again, this is going to be a place away from windows. This is going to be an interior room. You want to place as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Again, this is not a drill. This is a very nasty storm. Jeffrey Hoole, meteorologist Jeffrey Hoole, he's in the studio with me. We have been watching the storm and tracking it closely. Just before we went on air, we were noticing that we had 70, 80 mile per hour winds, and there was some rotation in the cell. And this is the line, again, that we're continuing to watch. Now, I'm looking for rotation, and the rotation part of this storm is looking to be on the weaker side overall. There's a little bit going on, but we've also been watching these bright colors here, for instance, that are actually just as concerning as some of the rotation we could be getting in this storm. Where we've got this kind of bright blue color here, roughly between Bell Point, Wiggins, going down toward Buck, these could be 70, 80 mile per hour winds in there. So even if we weren't to get a tornado on the ground, you get winds like that, and that's definitely enough to just take down trees. So this is what we're watching. And again, if you're in anywhere really in the path of this particular line, portions of Summers, Monroe, even up in Greenbrier County near Alderson, I would be getting in your safe spot immediately. And again, that's a place with no windows. Let's kind of review that. If you're just joining in, again, Summers, Monroe are under a tornado warning right now. Right now, they will be under that until at least 6:30. If you are in the path of this storm, make sure you know where to go. You always want to place as many walls between you and the outside as possible. So hallways, closets, bathrooms, under your stairways, these are the best places to be. Obviously, you don't want to be in a place that is open. A lot of people, you know, you see on movies, people get picked up by tornadoes and thrown around. Okay, that can happen, but the number one threat when it comes to tornadoes and severe storms are straight line winds and debris being thrown. Most people are injured by debris flying through the air. That's why you have to get indoors. You have to get to that lowest interior level that you can. And again, away from the windows. It looks like they've tightened the polygon now. It looks slightly different. So Hinton, you are in the clear. You are no longer in the path. It's broken apart back there. Barger Springs is getting ready to be in the clear soon. Creamery and Wayside getting hit right now just south of Route 12. So that includes Wayside, Creamery Road. So the worst winds now looks to be just over the Monroe County line around Wayside. This is the area in particular that I'm looking at that has the worst winds, and it was also showing some rotation earlier. I'm going to circle it so you can see it right in here. Still looking at 60 to 70 mile per hour gusts in here, where it's got velocity. And if you notice where it says velocity, it's got a negative number, negative in front of that number. That just means that the wind is blowing one direction. If it's positive, it's blowing the other direction. It's just a directional thing. So again, that's 66 mile an hour gust I was picking up in there, clicking around. And that's again just north of Wayside. This will definitely cause damage.